So at first I thought it was like my seizure that I had yesterday, my small seizure, which affected me all day. I had cramps, I had headaches all day yesterday. Today I felt like suicide. You know, every time I think about suicide though, I always think, am I going to get half injured and be paralyzed the rest of my life and then I'll be stuck? Like, you don't know what it's like living with epilepsy unless you have it. You don't know what it's like living with high-functioning autism unless you have it. Or unless you have a relative that lives with you that also has it. I just found out, because I'm like, cure for epilepsy, permanent cure for epilepsy on Google. I find this link that says permanent cure for autism and epilepsy. So I click on it, and apparently, just as I thought for so many years, is that the pole shift could be giving me seizures. Like, not only that, but I found out that people with autism and epilepsy both have huge electromagnetic fields. Huge! And they have and the way the doctors describe them, they have a tiny, tiny barrier that barely works when it comes to attracting and letting out energy. As in, the reason my whole life I've been able to hear things twice as loud and sense people when they're far away and do all this weird shit is because people with autism and epilepsy have stronger electromagnetic fields. I've always wondered this, and then finally I get a scientific answer that tells me the truth. So, if my epilepsy and high-functioning autism was healed, then would I have any of these? Probably not. Which kind of sucks, but if you had epilepsy, you'd want to get rid of it. Every time I have a seizure, I feel like I want to kill myself. Because would you want to live if you have to stay down for a whole day and just lay down feeling like shit? I try not to have seizures. The reason marijuana helps is because it blocks the receptors. It slows them down. It slows neurotransmitting down. So you're less ADHD. But I want a permanent fix. I want it to go away forever. See, what happened was when I was a little kid, my dad used to play and blast loud music when I was a little kid, which you are not supposed to do. So at age 4, I had my first seizure. I wonder why. The weird thing is, my mom and my dad and my grandma and my family, I never have a seizure when they aren't around. That's weird. That almost makes me feel like I'm living in some kind of limbo or purgatory. Like, why don't I have them when they aren't around? It's strange. Doesn't anyone else find that strange that you would have a seizure or you would have like a heart attack, but every time there's someone who is always there? It's weird. It's weird. Like growing up, I would have petit mal seizures in class, but there were people around me. I never had them when people were not around me. What does that tell you? Maybe, just maybe, being an empath is just you absorbing all the feelings, the negative emotions, the positive emotions from those other people around you. But when you're not around anyone, and you're in solitude and peace, then you don't have seizures. It's like, well, why would I want to live near anyone then? And I don't, to be honest. I want to move up north. But obviously my YouTube channel has to grow more before I can do that. Oh, something I learned about the titanium rod is that when I hit the back of my brain stem 3 times, my crown chakra opened automatically. It was kind of like biohacking the brain. It is biohacking the brain. When I seem to have hit my neck area down here, the neck area. You know, if you've ever watched that show, Attack on Titans, you know how they get the blade thing and they stab it through the neck area? That neck area. And, yeah. That isn't what gave me the seizure, though. There were many qualities, many different things that gave me a seizure. I just want to live through life. I just want to live my life without having to take a goddamn pill every single morning. That doesn't work. I take my Lamictal and it never works. The only time it does work is if I take CBD, and if I grow at all, I have a seizure. Doesn't that sound like a wonderful life? Life will get better. If anyone can reference some kind of seizure permanent cure, go for it. Put it in the comments. I'll be waiting. But I won't be making videos until probably tomorrow or the next day. Yeah.